testing! Testing! Testing.
Hello, everybody. This is Frightknightgamer.
And this is Ryan Knight.
Claimer.
Claymore.
Anyway, I'm playing now. I'm scared.
Yeah, this may not go well for you. But I can guide you through this. So don't worry about it.
Yeah, I get to fight Satan Klaus.
Okay, they've already seen the cutscene, so just skip it. Okay?
Nobody names their kid Klaus anymore.
You like that sweet ASMR? Oh, that's a thing that
Did we
exists
talk
on the
about a
internet
series
now.
of unfortunate events?
Look
I think
away,
we did.
look away.
That was my favorite book as a child. And by my favorite, I mean it was like the first book series that I read all the way through.
The first book series that I read all the way through was Percy Jackson. Did you ever read Percy Jackson?
I did not.
When I was in elementary school, it was a big thing in my especially in my classroom. That is, everyone read Percy Jackson. And if you, basically, in my classroom in like 4th and 5th grade, if you didn't read Percy Jackson, you weren't cool.
I remember it being a thing when I was in middle school. Like nobody I specifically talked to read it, but I remember there being commercials from the movie.
Oh god, the movie was terrible.
Yes, you've told me.
Don't watch the movie because it is awful and makes children cry.
Really?
Yeah.
Just
because,
like all of children?
Yes, because it's just not good. It makes all of the children cry.
I find myself often
about
crying.
How no one loves them because Percy Jackson was ruined. You're gonna heal, die! Heal, I mean,
die!
Heal. I said you're gonna heal, die. That's what I said. So, thank you, brain, for that glorious malfunction. Don't worry about it. Just get close to the thingy. Get close to the... When the other thing is blue... Okay, that's good.
I'm perfect. Said no one ever.
Except for me, because I'm perfect in every single...
No, I meant specifically about me.
Oh, you're perfect.
Nah.
Perfectly imperfect.
One of my coworkers was talking about how he'd rather work in fish. And he was talking about how he liked the people there.
You're gonna die. Heal.
And I'm like, oh, you don't like me? And he's like, Tanner, I love you. And then he went back to talking to the customer.
Oh, man. I bet that guy came back. The customer, I mean.
I have no idea.
You don't know? That
was yesterday.
I bet he will come back, though.
Yeah, it was a she, by the way.
I bet she will come back, though. You know, before you allow me to speak, Tanner, you should really give me all the information.
Probably.
That's on you. That's your fault. Dude, if you beat this, I'm gonna be very disappointed in myself, because that'll be 2 times that you one-upped me, and I beat this game on critical mode before.
And what did I beat it on, like easy or beginner?
Yeah, I think you beat it on beginner. So if you're able to do this better than me, I will be very sad. You know.
I know.
You gotta.
Hey, look right there.
No. You gotta move to the left. 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 To the left.
Now freeze. Now freeze. Now freeze. Now freeze. Now walking by myself. Now walking by myself.
That was not a good move.
I didn't do that on purpose. I tried to hit the thing.
Revert. Go down and revert. There's nothing can good from staying in Valor form, since you can't use magic. Okay, just leave them alone. Heal!
Heal! There we go.
Okay, zoom, go back to the middle.
Yep. Jack's dead again. I just revived you, Jack. What are you doing?
Dying. Looks like it. Either get busy living or get busy dying. Oh, you sent 2 up at the same time. Just a few more. Or one. I don't know. I'm not an expert. It was one. Okay.
Ryan, you're supposed to be our expert.
This looks like death. Oh, wow. That was lucky. Okay, get Oogie the Boogie. My Snoogie.
You're not a rapper from, like, 1991.
Wow. Okay, so second time in the past 2 episodes that Tanner is on up to me.
I'm sorry. Would you like a hug?
No.
Would you like 2 hugs?
No.
That's like the episode of SpongeBob where they have the baby clam and they're just like, you want an ice cream? 2 ice creams! The Krabby Patty? Oh, I know. Clams love worms. Greetings from Apple World. We will bury you!
SpongeBob used to be so smart. And I mean like the show, not the character. Not the character.
I mean, even the character was smarter.
Yeah, he was.
Than the current one.
Yeah.
Like, before it was like, oh, he's a little bit naive, but like, he's a person.
Yeah, or a sponge, but
he's
know.
Like maybe a 14-year-old, and now it's like, oh, he's 4.
Yep.
You want to stick to
my least favorite thing ever was when the SpongeBob creators pretended like SpongeBob actually had no idea who Larry the Lobster was. And went like reverted back to like, oh wow,
Larry's so cool.
Larry's so cool, and I don't know him. Wait, we already did this episode when SpongeBob was the lifeguard and couldn't swim.
They can. It didn't even like dawn on me that they completely recycled that episode's entire premise.
Yeah.
Except instead of like Larry being a lifeguard, he was just a cool dude.
Yeah, living like Larry. And instead of almost killing, well, they actually almost did kill themselves. But
he almost had other people die in the first one.
You know, now that I think about it, it's exactly the same episode, just a little bit different.
Yeah.
They recycled the exact same episode.
Good job on you, SpongeBob creators. Recycle an entire episode.
No, it's not the SpongeBob creators. It's the guy it's the people who took over for the SpongeBob creators after they said, yeah, the show should probably end now.
Most of the people left except for like 1 or 2 people.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because in recent season, like the most recent season, they had like a couple creators, like a couple of the original people, sign on to write again.
Yep.
So it should be getting better.
Mine is to take care of Christmas,
it's not, is
and
it?
yours is
No. Have you seen the video online? It's like a 30-minute
the face of Halloween.
clip of just SpongeBob as an owl saying "who."
I hate the internet.
I mean, it's from an actual episode, but like it was one little clip, and they decided it needed to be 30 minutes.
Why internet? Why?
Halloween needs your attention, and I know.
So I've talked about a game series called Fire Emblem a little bit before.
My hands are shiny.
And my knees are weak.
I can see the veins in my hands.
I can see the veins in my hands.
But anyway, Fire Emblem.
Fire Emblem, right. So, Fire Emblem has very recently become kind of like a popular series among Nintendo people. But for a long time, it was kind of its own... Like, if you played Fire Emblem, you were probably within a very specific community of Fire Emblem players.
I have grass on my foot.
Until
There he goes.
Fire Emblem Awakening kind of popularized
Mr. Check.
and casualized the Fire Emblem series. The issue
You cash.
that a lot of myself and a lot of other Fire Emblem fans have is that most people you talk to who like Fire Emblem started at Awakening and pretty much have only played Awakening and Fates and play on casual mode, which is where the insult casual, what are you, a casual, comes from.
Is it really?
Well, I don't think that's where it originated, but if you're talking Fire Emblem specifics,
Oh, alright.
people people really hate casuals within the Fire Emblem community.
The big insult in my friend group, it's not calling people casuals or plebs, it's calling them normies.
Yeah, that's the one I use is casual because because there actually is a mode called casual mode, and it basically takes away all the difficulty or challenge from Fire Emblem games. Because one of the big things about Fire Emblem is that you need there's a very strategy-oriented game, and you need to keep your units alive. But with casual, you don't need to keep your units alive because they come back.
Well, it's stupid.
So, a lot of Fire Emblem players will play on casual, and will be like, "Oh, this game is, so fun because it's easy and it's got a good story," and it's like, that's not what Fire Emblem, and it's and then there's the
oh cool
the part where you get to get your main character to marry someone.
I got the magnet element.
Yeah, I don't care.
You know what that means?
No, it actually means nothing because the magnet element is useless.
You know what it means though? We gotta go back to Ariel.
No, that's gravity. No, it's magnet.
Yay!
Gravity doesn't exist in this game. Okay, it looks like we're going back to Atlantica on the next episode.
No. Well, that could still be that.
No, we're done. This is the episode. Goodbye.
No.
Shut up.
I want to say hi to Ariel. No,